We've seen a landmark judgment in Trinidad this week concerning social media and defamatory posts, and where social media users are now being held to account for their posts, I guess if reported. We do have a situation again, which I brought up some time ago with the opposition and the government, about the fake profiles and these individuals who continue, whether it be about politicians, public figures, or just private persons. How serious is the opposition? I mean, because we do know that political parties generally, they rely on social media nowadays to get their message out there. They have their operatives and whatever. But then at what point does it become unbearable to the point that you have people lambasting each other under fake profiles? Legislation, do you think it's time we have legislation against that sort of thing, especially those who present themselves as anonymous individuals?
There's no doubt about it. I see social media as an opportunity for us to market a lot, given the fact that we are a small, open and vulnerable economy. You find a number of other jurisdictions utilize that particular medium to bring about the message, to sell the products. We use it more or less to malign people who are in policy and hide behind fake profiles. I think we need to evince a gross intolerance for that type of practice, and no doubt the opposition is favorably disposed to ensuring that when it returns to office, that we review the legislative framework to ensure that there is respect for laws in this country, respect for the Constitution, and respect for individuals in the society. You know, the disrespect for politicians must come to an end by persons who hide behind fake profiles and attack people. I have been a victim of that. Dr. Hilaire has been a victim of that. And other members of the opposition have actually become victims. So we need to do something about it, not only because we are victims, but private citizens ought to be protected. And we must be bold about the legislation that we have to put in place to protect our people like any other thing.
But I think it's even graver in that then when social media is used by the opposition parties, you saw what is written in United Pack, whatever they call it, accusing Dr. Anthony of all sorts of things. I was called an economic terrorist. So you must understand the United Workers' Party is very guilty of doing that. I don't think, I mean, let us be honest and look at the facts. If you want to accuse somebody of using social media in a derogatory manner, is the, what do they call it? The United Pack. They are the ones. I mean, only last week, Dr. Anthony had to bring to their attention what they said. Some time ago, they called me an economic terrorist. They called Dr. Hilaire all sorts of things. So directly, the United Workers' Party are the ones who are using the media for all kind of reasons. They are guilty. They are guilty.
But what I believe that both are guilty of, Mr. Pierre, and it's no doubt that both parties have their own personal presence, where the candidates will have their presence, and we don't see anybody denouncing. Both sides, we see people on the fake profile, we don't see no one coming out.
No, but have you ever seen on a Labour Party page, a page from the Labour Party by the Labour Party public relations officer accusing any member of the government of arson, accusing any member of being a terrorist? If you can identify that to you, I'll agree with you.
But with that being said, you mentioned making changes to the legislation. But with that being done, what happens to the aspect of free speech?
Well, exactly, and you must be very careful in this regard when you speak about these things. And as a government, we're not going to rush into legislative changes for rushing legislative changes. For just in a willy-nilly fashion. We're going to have discussions, we're going to look at best practices before we ever think of legislation as it relates to freedom of speech and expression. What we are looking for is a country that has a level of morality, a level of understanding of the truth, and very shortly we're going to make a statement on our values as a party, where the values of truth and honesty and meritocracy will be the hallmark of what our party stands for. So if you have a society that believes in truth and honesty, then these things will not be part of our lexicon. And our party, when we completed our value statement, we are going to make a public pronouncement of what Labour stands for. And the Labour Party that I lead will not tolerate that level of untruth and that level of sheer calumny that we hear coming out of the United Workers' Party. We will not tolerate that. We will not allow it to happen. But in the meantime, what we're calling for is, as the member for Labrie says, is for good sense and judgment. You must understand, this government is intolerant of opposition. They are intolerant of people expressing their views. I mean, it happened to people who are in the media. Very early in the game, the Prime Minister accused the media officer of being a liar. I mean, he did it for fright. He said, "You're lying, and I'm ashamed of you." What kind of free speech is he speaking about? So our party will not accept that kind of behavior, and we're going to have a set of values, a set of principles, which will underline how we'll operate as a government.